afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, whenever you're watching this video. I've just sat outside in the beautiful sunshine in the UK today, just contemplating and reading and learning as I do, just for an hour, just to have a break from what I was doing. And all of a sudden I came up with some information that I totally agreed with, a view concerning our education and how, as a child, when we're put into an educational system, the system encourages sameness, no individuality, sameness. So by the time we reach the age of 7, we've accepted that system, and that system is a series of examinations and tests, or tests and examinations, whichever way you want to look at it, that take us down a path of just no individuality, sameness. And you have to question the fact, and this goes on till we're in our early 20s and sometimes beyond. And we do that because our parents and our grandparents went through the same system, the same sameness. And if you think about it, if you've got a child, which we did, who was rebellious, and at the time we didn't understand, and I certainly didn't understand what I do now. I've studied deeper into the consciousness and the way we react to the psychology of what we're all about. But at that time, because he was rebellious, didn't conform to the system, I reacted in a way that most parents would act, of anger and trying to control and impress upon that child that they should be following that system. And the reason is because that's what was impressed on me. And why do we get concerned about rebellious behaviour or behaviour that doesn't conform to that system? And if you think about it, it's because it threatens the system. The whole system would break down if every child was rebellious. There'd be uproar in classrooms. A lot may not turn up. And we're in the middle of the COVID, well, we're not in the middle of it, we're coming to the end, hopefully, of the COVID shutdown, where schools are talking about returning back there next week, which is the 1st of June or thereabouts. And I'm hearing stories of parents that will not send the children. They're refusing to accept the sameness, if you like. And that's really interesting, because they're starting to rebel against the institution. Is the institution right or wrong? I'm not saying it is. All I'm saying, in my view, is this is what I've experienced and this is what I want to share. It's a view. And interestingly enough, what happens when the child isn't interested in the schooling? And if we jump out of the box, there's a lot of children that don't enjoy school in general. There's a lot that only like certain subjects. There's a few that do have a disposition to schooling and really love it, but I didn't come across many when I was at school, and certainly since my children have gone through, which I've got 3, they didn't express to me many that felt the same. So therefore, the bulk of those children don't want to be there, but they accept and conform because as parents we press upon them that that's what they have to do, because that's as well as what the law states, that they have to get an education in that way. However, a certain amount of people do educate the children at home and gives them a different view of life from there. And I used to think, well, you shouldn't do that because they're not interacting with the kids at the school. But then, knowing what I know now and looking back, if they're interacting with the kids at school, they're conforming to that same sameness, the same oneness. What I'm trying to say is individuality is suppressed with the system. Individuality and the capabilities of that child is suppressed within the system. And if we all carry on with the same system, how do we know how capable those children are, or the bulk of children are, if they go into the same system all the time? So it's just food for thought. I just was contemplating that. If you want any further information about me, I'm Stephen Bones of stephenbones.com. I coach people that are suffering with stress, which underneath is hidden fears, overwhelm, just general dis-ease. And if you want a conversation about that for free, by all means, put your name and address, or name and email address, in my website at stephenbones.com, and I'll get in touch and we'll have a deep conversation. There's no charge, there's no loss. If you want my services further on, we'll talk about that. But at this stage, it's, if you're feeling that there's something missing, there's a calling that you need to discuss with me, then by all means jump out and connect. So thanks very much for listening, and bye for now, and take care wherever you are.